So about a month ago, we found a wagon on the sidewalk. Now it was okay, I guess, but the body of it was all rotten and there was spiders and ants and a whole ecosystem, a biome on the wagon. And so today we are gonna make a new wagon body, put the original wheels on it, and then we're gonna power it up with this cheap Chinese motor. So here we have a bunch of 1x3s and a couple 1x2s, and this will serve as the structure for our wagon. So now we can screw in these side pieces or the cross pieces to the main body. So we have our frame, basic frame put up, and then we'll put this 2x4 in. So we have our two cross pieces installed, and now we need to figure out where to put this third one because of the steering. These are the original two wheels, the rear wheels. These bushings are kind of disgusting, so we're gonna swap these out. So I 3D printed a couple plastic pieces. They will fit onto the wheels, and then they also have a space for a bearing. These bearings are 1/2 inch inner diameter. I think outer diameter is like 1 inch maybe, and they'll just fit right in here. This is a nice little sprocket mount, just like that one has a space for bearing here, and also this part fits in here. And then it has 4 holes to mount the 55 tooth sprocket on. And this will fit. Yeah. So next we're gonna drill some 1/2 inch holes for the axle to go through. For the axle to go through. So this is the front 2 wheels. There is these 2 nubs, and then that allows it to have like a steering limit, so it only goes 45 degrees on each side. I don't know if this can support human body weight, but at least it works right now. So now it's time to figure out where to put this motor on. It's gonna be probably facing this way, and then we'll have like a chain running here. It has an 11 tooth sprocket, so it would be a 5:1 gear ratio. So we have a 25H chain, and that's gonna go around the sprockets. This is a 3 foot length, so we can shorten it down. And then we'll use this joiner tool, little pin, to join the chain together. So now we have the motor with the chain on it, and we can figure out where to drill holes to mount the motor. Yeah, so let's talk about the electronics we're gonna be using for this. Here we have a 24 volt speed controller, which came with the motor, so 25 amps and 500 watts because this motor is 500 watts. And it has a bunch of wires out of it, but all we really need is the throttle control, which is a set of 3 wires. We have this it has like a lock. You just need to short the 2 wires and you're good to go. And then here is for the power leads. And then the motor connects to this one, these 2. And for our throttle control, we have this little thing. It's kind of like those Lime scooters. Which way? This way. So it's nice little throttle action. And then for power, we have 2 of these 3S lipos. These are 3S 4500 milliamp hour, 50C, but I don't really trust that 50C rating. It's probably less than that. I don't know. These are pretty cheap on Amazon. And then we're gonna be running them in series with this little adapter. That way we can get a full 24-ish volts to power the motor, because this speed controller shuts off at 21 volts. soldered up all the connectors and wires, and now we can install it onto the platform and should be good to go. It's definitely not the best, but it's working. And yeah, let's go take this for a test ride outside. So we arrived at some random parking lot and we're gonna do some test runs. The chain fell off. That's sad. So these are parts from my old Alex Most gimbal from back in the day when we had DIY gimbal kits. The IMUs are all fried. But we have these nice 25mm carbon tubes that we can use as handles on our wagon. So I think we're gonna salvage parts from this, cut off the handle and then clamp on the new ones. I didn't know what to do for the throttle because it didn't fit onto our tubing, but I slapped on a bunch of epoxy. Maybe that'll work. Also, I forgot to mention that I added a seat from an old chair. So yeah, we have a chair. So we are at a office park. I'm going to do some speed runs and see how fast we can go. I don't know what that sound is. I don't like it. Oh, that was bad. We hit 17 miles an hour. That was fun.
Version 3.
I believe we just need to rebuild the rear axle support structure right here. And then I'm gonna add another spacer on the front so that way we don't get too much tire rub when turning. I have this 1x4 piece of pine or some other wood, some kind of tree, because I think the original 1x2 was a little too thin and there wasn't enough strength. I don't really know what I'm doing, so this is just guerrilla construction. And alongside the big piece of tree that we have, I have some corner braces, and these will help add some support and strength. We are back at a business park, this time on the street, so hopefully we have more room to slow down, because once this gets fast, it's hard to stop. The wheel fell off because my 3D printed mount, I guess, it couldn't handle the force, and yeah, there we go. So, in conclusion, what do I think of this wagon? It's an okay wagon. It moves. Steering is kind of rough, but it was pretty fun to put together. Earlier in the video, I asked what's the use case for this? What is our problem statement? We clearly haven't found one, and all I've done is create more problems for myself. I have a lot of design flaws with this wagon, so that's on my part. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit all the buttons down there, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Maybe someday we'll get this to 100 miles an hour. Fastest wagon on Earth. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right, let's head back before it gets too dark and too cold. I don't want to freeze out here. That would be very bad. There was a sign that said no motorized vehicles, so this is probably kind of illegal, but whatever.